Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video I'm going to show you how you can save some money on your DDR4 RAM. Keep watching to find out more. I apologise immediately for the misleading thumbnail and also the misleading introduction to the video. It's not entirely as it seems. I can certainly save you some money on your RAM. Well, not me personally, but obviously people that are selling this stuff. This is the ThermalTake ToughRAM XG RGB. Now the reason why this is going to save you money on your RAM, we'll get it out of the way quickly and efficiently, just so you can know whether you want to either put a thumbs up, a dislike on the video, subscribe or whatever you want to do. This stuff overclocks like crazy without any real expert education or any guidance needed whatsoever. Even a numbskull like myself can do it very easily, very quickly, and with no fuss, and also you can then reap the rewards. This is a 3600 megahertz kit, but what is actually quite unusual, well, not entirely unusual, but relatively unusual, is the fact that this can overclock. Just install the XMP profile on your motherboard, which is very simple to do, or if you're on a Asus board, the DOCP, just enable it, it will set it up, put it as 3600, no problems, all the CAS latencies, etc. And this is a CL18 kit, so yeah, pretty decent. But what you can do then, you can just go into the multiplier or into the frequency, and you can just go crazy in there. Now, I've put this up to 4000 straight away, just a jump of 400 megahertz, and it booted straight away, no problems at all. I have heard people that have managed to get these up to a whopping 4.6 gigahertz. Yeah, that's 4600 megahertz, which is absolutely insane. Obviously, your mileage will vary depending on your motherboard, your memory controller on your chip, etc, etc, etc. But certainly, if you want to get basically the next level or the next couple of levels up in performance in RAM, but you don't want to spend the money on it, this is a very easy way to do it. So these actually come in a couple of different flavors. They come in the 3600, there's a 4000, a 4400, and I think there's a 46 as well, or something like that. Again, all of the links for this will be in the video description, but essentially all of them just overclock like crazy. Now these are using the SK Hynix RAM, which is the kind of CDI or CJR, CJK type differential on the RAM. So these will actually overclock like mental. They really, really are. So essentially that is how you're going to save money. If you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm going to get myself some DDR4 4000 RAM, but you're looking at the prices and thinking, wow, those prices are pretty steep. Don't worry, just get the 3600 and overclock the snot out of it. Absolutely easy to do. No, again, no kind of programming knowledge required. Just literally go into your BIOS, choose your frequency, and you're off to the races. Now, obviously, your mileage may vary, but it seems from what I've seen widely reported, these do overclock like mad, so certainly worth a look. So anyway, that's enough of that out of the way. Let's take a look at these and see what you actually get. Now, on top of them being absolutely insane overclockers, they also look bloody amazing. Now, you've probably seen from some of the B-roll already, which has been flashing up on the screen. These have got 16 addressable RGB LEDs on each stick, and there are 8 different lighting segments. So you can go into your motherboard software and change it. I've used this with the AuroraSync software. Works absolutely fine. Of course, obviously, ThermalTake would love you to use their own software, and is supported by the TT Neon, the TT1 system, TT Plus RGB, all that kind of stuff, and you can control them with Alexa should you feel the need to. Also, it supports things like MSI Mystic Sync, Asus Aurora, Gigabytes, whatever they do. You get the general idea. It's basically you can control this RAM. You don't have to have the ThermalTake software installed, but yeah, you can do if you wish to. And if you do get a few more features as well. So it gives you things like RAM usage, also temperatures, all that kind of stuff. Really handy in a nice little pop-up window in your taskbar. But if you don't like those sort of things, obviously, you can just make do with your motherboard software, or just let them get on and do their own thing. And even if you do that, they do look absolutely amazing. The diffuser on this is excellent, and part of the reason why this is called the XG is there is a kind of like an X integrated in the design. So if you take a look at it from a kind of top shot, you can see there's a clearly defined X in the RGB, which not only looks great, it makes it a little bit different from some of the other strips that are on the market, which generally just tend to be a plain strip, unfortunately, kind of like the ones in the PC behind me. And talking of the ones in the PC behind me, now the ones in the PC behind me, now I'm not trying to slate the particular company, but those are a 4000 megahertz set, which possibly you've seen reviews of already. Those are a 4000 set, they are CL19 or CL20. Now, when I put these in my system, again, I installed XMP profile, jacked them up to 4000 megahertz, and I was happy, done some testing, etc., made sure they were stable, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, absolutely brilliant, can't fault them at all. I then thought, right, okay, what I'll do is, as a bit of a test here, I'll just take these out and put my existing set, which should, in theory, run at the XMP speeds that these would. Obviously, these are considerably slower. In fact, they're 3600, that's a 4000 kit, and the 4000 kit wouldn't even post. So that gives you some idea of the kind of headroom that these sticks have got. The fact that they were using a much lower CAS latency, even though they were at the same frequency. So yeah, you may be put off slightly by the price of these. These aren't cheap. They are a premium set. So yeah, these are ideal for someone who is basically primary concern is reliability, quality, looks, overclocking, all that kind of stuff. And the last thing you look at is generally the price. So anyway, let's get on with the unboxing on these and see what they're all about. So this is the DDR4 3600 MHz kit, as we said, 16 gigs over two 8 gig sticks using SK Hynix RAM. These are CAS latency 18, 19, 19, 39 at 1.35 volts is the XMP profile which is installed on them. Again, you can overclock the snot out of them, so that's absolutely awesome. They do also come with a limited lifetime warranty. I guess depending on limited means if you set them on fire, they probably won't take them back, but in the other circumstances, like they just fail for some reason, then you should be covered. So yeah, excellent stuff. You can have a play with these and yeah, you should be covered under warranty. So let's take a look at them and see what they're actually like, although you've probably seen them from the B-roll already, like I said, so this is nothing new or nothing exciting. Although actually saying that is pretty exciting. They do look really nice. So you've got like a two-tone aspect here, so you've got this kind of almost like a light grey section here with the crisscross pattern on. You've got this mirror section in the middle, and then you've got the black section there, which is kind of like almost like a metallic black. There's little flakes of metallic in there, which just look really nice. Obviously you've got the ThermalTake sticker on there to tell you what it's all about. But yeah, I like them. They're a little bit different, and the actual elements for the RGB. So you've got the bar at the front, you've got the bar at the back, and also you've got this little bar in the middle. So all of which are controllable in ThermalTake software or in general RGB software, etc, etc, etc. These are made up of 10-layer PCBs, and also there's 2-ounce copper separating them as well. So in terms of stability, construction, etc, etc, yeah, very, very well done. Again, that is kind of reflected a little bit in the price, but certainly it is worth knowing, and it's very reassuring actually. ThermalTake RAM, generally, the ToughRAM, the original ToughRAM was really good, very robust, very strong, did a really good job. I actually prefer the look of these on the XG. I think this is an improvement overall, and they do look very, very nice. So looking from the kind of top shot, you've got the bar there, the diffuser bar. Again, I'll show you some B-roll, you've probably seen it already, but yeah, they just do look really, really nice. The X in the middle shows up really nicely as well. They are a little bit thicker than usual RAM sticks. I guess that is down to partly the 10-layer PCB, also the copper cooling as well, which is in there, and the actual physical size of these heat sinks. They are pretty big. Not particularly heavyweight, but certainly there is quite a lot of size to them, which may be a concern to some of you. Obviously, depending on your motherboard configuration, if you're using a air cooler, which possibly hasn't got a great deal of clearance height, then you may struggle. These height-wise, you're looking around about, I've got to say, it's probably about 55mm tall, so they are big boys. They're a little bit chunky, much like myself, so yeah, you might need to work out a little bit of extra room in your rig. Ideally, these are going to be set off perfectly in a water-cooled solution, so maybe you've got pipes or something coming out, but it shouldn't be too detrimental. Again, cooler-wise, do check out your clearances, or make sure your RAM sticks are actually a little bit further away from the front of the cooling fan. But other than that, yeah, I think most people are going to be very, very happy with these. So what you're probably asking is in terms of performance. It's all well and good saying how good the frequencies are, etc. Now, I've tested it in a limited way on my PC. Really, my aspect of this is purely their looks and reliability, all that kind of stuff. If you want to drill down into the actual kind of minutiae of the numbers and benchmarks, TechSpot did a fantastic written review of this, which I'll link in the video description. You can flick through that and see what their thoughts were. But essentially, the 3600 RAM, which they tested also, basically competed with pretty much most of the other 4000 sticks on the market, came very close to the Dominator Platinums, that kind of stuff, and the Corsair SLs. So that's the kind of level of performance and kind of speed you're looking at from this particular stick. Again, they will overclock like mad. It is using that SK Hynix chips. Again, you'll probably see that on the pop-ups. I did take some screenshots earlier in Typhoon a little bit, just to see what was going on there. But yeah, overall, I've got to say, these really do tick a box. These have been sent free of charge for review purposes to us. Sadly, as always with ThermalTake stuff, we do have to send it back, so I don't get to keep these, unfortunately. But certainly I think when the time comes, if I do need some more RAM, these are definitely going to be toward the top of my shopping list. So anyway, let me know what you think about these in the video description. But in the meantime, I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.